Alrighty, let's see who we have next here. Well, this is going to be a pretty tough act to follow. I don't know, guys. So you're going to set it backstage. Alrighty. So next up, while Ella's just enjoying her new look she's got going here, I'm going to introduce the next act, Quiz Bowl. They have a pretty tough act to follow. I don't know, that was pretty good. This year, as usual, we have the epic head-to-head battle between the teachers and the students. Who shall prevail in this fight? Did you guys hear that big word I just used, prevail? Did I do good, Mr. Burdick? Okay, all right. Let's give it up for IHS Quiz Bowl.
All right, welcome to Teachers versus Students Quiz Bowl. We'll get this started. Question 1. The Red-Headed League is a cover for a plot to rob a bank, and this character apparently dies in a scuffle at the Reichenbach.
Sherlock Holmes.
Correct. We have 25 questions here. The teachers are leading 1-0. Question 2. During this battle, Simon Fraser was specifically targeted for death by a pre-traitor Benedict Arnold. A monument to Arnold's wounded leg was erected at this battle's Bemis Heights. John Burgoyne's surrender at this battle led Louis the...
Saratoga.
Correct. Number 3, this event was supposedly planned in advance to make room for the Domus Aurea. Blame for this event was placed on Christians, leading to the empire's first persecutions of them. This event was sparked near the Palatine Hill, while, according to Tacitus, the emperor was in Antium. For 1 point, name this 64 AD disaster that destroyed much of a prosperous Italian city.
Fire Rome.
Great Fire of Rome is correct. Question 4, George Gamow described this process via quantum tunneling. This behavior is exhibited by the personal effects and notes of Marie Curie, as well as samples of the first artificially produced element, technetium.
Radioactivity.
That's right.
There you go, Joel.
Score is 2-2. Question 5. A team in this city drafted Algie Crumpler and was home for the last 5 seasons of Tony Gonzalez's career. This city's...
What is it, Atlanta?
Correct.
I'll take French literature for 800, please, Alex.
Question 6. Because this quantity is conserved, perpetual motion machines of the...
Energy.
Correct. Question 7. A satirical work of this type by Ambrose Bierce claims that the French eat more bread than anyone else because only they know how to make wheat palatable. An 18th century one of these works by Samuel Johnson. No. One of these works by Samuel Johnson contained over 42,000 entries. An American work of this type used 26 languages to establish etymologies and was written by Noah Webster. Lexicon.
What is a dictionary?
Correct. Question 8. In the first of the 3 woes of Revelation, these creatures appeared with scorpions' tails and the power to torment non-believers for 5 months. With wild honey, these animals made up the diet of John the Baptist, although only 4...
Locusts.
Correct.
Yes.
Score is 4-4. Question 9. One of these devices, named for Leibniz Spitzer, operates in the IR spectrum but ran out of liquid helium in 2009. Another of these devices...
Telescope.
Correct. Oswald Mosley led a group of fascists in this city that clashed with police in the Battle of Cable Street. A photograph taken atop this city's Daily Mail building was titled "St. Paul Survives."
London?
Correct.
Use the mic!
It was London. Question 11. Odd numbers are multiplied by this value, then added to 1 in the Collat's conjectures computation. A compass and straight edge construction cannot generally cut an angle into this many equal angles. This value is the smallest Mersenne prime, and an integer is divisible by this value if the sum of its digits is also divisible by this number. For 1 point, name this value that follows 1, 1, 2 in the Fibonacci sequence, and which is the smallest odd prime number.
What?
3.
Correct. That's your AP Chem teacher. Question 12.
Okay.
As U.S. President, this man authorized the voyage of the Great White Fleet and brokered the treaty.
Theodore Roosevelt.
Correct. Students are winning 7-5. One type of this quantity is calculated by taking the square root of 2 times the gravitational constant times the mass of a planet divided by the distance between the object and the planet. That calculation finds the amount of this quantity needed to escape a planet's gravitational
Velocity.
Correct. A description is acceptable for this question. These documents use News Gothic bold font and, except for the original production of the first one, the title written in Universe font. Flash Gordon film serials inspired these documents, the first of which begin, "It is a period of civil war." The phrase, "a long time,"
Newsreels.
prompt. More information needed.
Movie newsreels.
Prompt.
That's correct.
That's not
It's correct.
It is a period of civil war. The phrase "a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away" proceeds for 1 point. What documents that establish the plots of a series of George Lucas science fiction films?
Title sequence?
Prompt.
Use the mic.
Fine, Parker.
Okay, the correct answer is Star Wars opening. In a novel by this man, the protagonist hears a sermon on Jonah from Father Mapple. This author created a lawyer's assistant who answers, "I would prefer not to," in response to every request in the story Bartleby the Scrivener. In a novel by... Correct.
Herman Melville.
Yes. 77. One of this country's monarchs, John the Good, negotiated the Treaty of Brittany after being captured at Poitiers.
France.
France is right.
That wasn't his French name.
Okay, be Jean then.
Jean. Use the proper name, Bernie.
Question 17. Students lead 8-7. A Chinese member of this family of instruments produces sound in Fanyin, Anyin, and Sanyin, depending on the position of the left hand. That instrument is the guqin. The bouzouki is a member of this instrument family, as is an instrument sometimes played with hammers, the dulcimer. Zithers and sitars are examples from, for 1 point, what family of instruments that create sound by plucking or strumming?
String instrument.
Correct.
It's not. It's a portaphone. It's the portaphone family because
Stringed instruments are from the Western
Well, the question says it's correct, so. It does say except portaphones. But string instruments is fine, so you get the point. In this process, lysosomes and ribosomes remove introns before exons leave the nucleolus. To begin this process, polymerase binds to a
Gene splicing, mRNA processing.
That's all good, yes. This artist's work, including a marble version of Eternal Springtime, is the focus of a branch of the Philadelphia Museum of Art. A work by this man features 6 figures clad in rags and nooses. This sculptor of the burghers of Calais never finished the...
Rodin.
Correct. Round 9, question 20. These values exist at a function's critical points when the function is concave down. The graph of y equals x squared has no global one of these places, but y equals negative x squared has one at the origin. Wrong.
It was wrong.
A function has one of these points where its derivative changes from positive to negative. That is, it stops increasing and begins decreasing. For 1 point, name these.
Relative extreme point. Maximum, minimum.
Yeah, maximum. Teachers lead 10-9. 5 questions left. This city names a style of chip-chopped ham popular throughout the Rust Belt. The Heinz Food Company is headquartered in this city.
Pittsburgh.
Correct. In The Three Musketeers, studs containing these objects belong to Anne of Austria, are given to the Duke of Buckingham, and stolen by Milady de Winter. Correct. Diamonds.
Mr. Verdict.
Question 23. Palladius taught that these actions are not inherited from one's parents. Believers may compensate for these actions by acquiring a partial indulgence instead of serving.
Sin.
Correct. Students lead 12-10. We have 2 questions left. Pressure is on. Here we go. A group of people was subjected to this event after the signing of the Treaty of New Dakota. Present-day Oklahoma, then a territory, was the destination for many victims of this event.
What is the Trail of Tears?
That is right.
Thank you.
Alex.
Sorry. No commercial break. 12-11 could be the final question. We will see. In the complex plane, a point rotates this much when its coordinate is multiplied by I. A reference angle of this size in standard position on the unit circle terminates at the point 0, 1 after starting at 1, 0. 2 angles of this size add
90 degrees.
correct. Students win.